So in this week's Simplify Your Marketing newsletter, we're talking about content. And because this is such a big topic and really it's so important to the success of your business, I figured I would do a video to go along with the newsletter. Now I know as a small business owner, you're probably thinking, man, Jason, the last thing I need is something added to my plate. You're already busy running your business and the thought of having to produce content on top of that is just like, forget it, that's just too much. But hear me out, because creating quality content is really key to being successful today. To even just looking at how your website would rank on Google, you need content. You see, their algorithm has changed over the last 10 years to now, in order to rank on Google, that if someone searches for your business, if they search for the product or the service that you provide, in order to get on the first page or the second page, or hopefully you're further along than the third page, you need quality content. They look for websites that are producing consistent quality content that gets shared on other websites and on social media. So if you have a website and you are not putting out content, you are not going to rank on Google. You are not going to be on the first page, you're not going to be on the second page, you're not going to be on the third page. You may be on the 25th page. And let's be honest, when you do Google searches, do you go all the way to the 25th page? In fact, I think the statistic is like 80% of people will stop after the first page. So if you want to be successful, if you want people to find you on Google, you need to be putting out quality content that they're looking for. Just think about your own buyer's journey for a minute. Like when you go to make a purchase, whether it be a product or a service, I'm pretty sure if you're anything like me, you get online and you are doing searches for that product or for that service. I do a lot of like, what is the best camera to buy, or what is the best printer, or who is the best hairstylist, or the best life coach, or whatever it is that you're looking for. We try to do research before we go to a business, before we buy online. In fact, the statistic is by the time a customer contacts you and your business, they are already 80% through the buyer's journey, which means they are 80% sure of who they're going to buy from before they even contact you, because they are researching online. And what putting up quality content does is it helps you to come into their mind earlier in the buyer's journey. That if you are putting out content that helps them, if you're putting out content that answers their questions, if you're putting out content that interests them, you show up earlier in the buyer's journey. So now while they're researching for your product or your service, or the product or service you offer, and they come across your company and you start helping them for free, well, you're going to be the one that they trust and that they buy from. Now, this is something I do with Fusion Tech all the time. Our main marketing strategy is I put out quality content. We do articles, we do blog posts, we do even videos that answer questions and help solve issues that processors are having. And so what happens is when one of these food processors is having an issue that they don't know how to solve, and they get online and they're like, how do I cook sausage, or what's the best way to cut my meat sticks? What happens is they come across a piece of content that we've created that answers that question. So then they're already landing on our website. They're not coming for the product, they're coming for the content, the how-to, the helpful content. And while they're on our site, then they jump and they see, well, if you're talking about cutting meat sticks, maybe you have something that cuts meat sticks. This is the importance of content. If you can be the person that answers their questions, if you can be the one that helps them in their frustrations, in their journey, in solving the pain points that they're having without trying to sell at first, if you can answer those questions for them in your content, you then, in their mind, become an expert. And so when they consume your content, your how-to posts, your content of what are the best whatever products you sell, when you create that content and they consume it, now all of a sudden they trust you. And let's be honest, we like to buy from people we trust. And if you help them in that journey by creating awesome content, you're going to be the one they buy from. This is why it's so important to create good content. Now, if you don't have a website, you need to be doing this on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. Well, the joy of putting stuff up on YouTube is owned by Google, so YouTube videos will show up in Google searches. So if you can put up videos of your product, of your service, of answering questions, and put it up on YouTube, your content will show up on Google much better because YouTube already ranks on Google. Create content. Think of it this, like, here's how to do this. Content that answers how to. So if you are an artist, maybe it's how to put my art, or like how to choose art to hang in your house, how to hang art in your house, how to choose the right style of art to go with your decor. If you do brackets for headlights for Corvettes, maybe it's how do I install this? How do I choose the right bracket? How do I customize it? Whatever that may be, how do I choose the right headlights to go on my car? If you are a bakery, maybe it's how do you choose the right frosting? How do you determine the size of cake that you need for 10 people going to be at the birthday party? Create content that answers questions that people have. And ultimately, you will be the one that they buy from because you are the one that helped them without asking for anything in return. And ultimately, that's what we all want. We all want that kind of help. And when you are the one that gives it, you are the one they trust, you are the one that's top of mind, so when they're ready to buy, you're the one they come to. This is why content is so important. So I hope this video helps you. I hope the email helped you. If you have any questions on content, let me know. I actually have been starting doing content consulting where you and I can sit down for an hour and we can talk about what kind of content you should be putting out and where you should be putting out. So if you're interested in that, if you need help with that, let me know. It's for you guys because you are part of the Simplify Your Marketing newsletter. I will give it to you. I'll do that consultation at a discounted price. But let me know. If you're interested, we can get something booked. Otherwise, I hope this helps. Any questions that you have, feel free to reply to the email and let me know, and I'd be glad to help you. So until next week, keep rocking it.